I love swimming, and I've come to it fairly late. I was never a squad swimmer as a kid or anything like that, but I could always swim a bit, and I've always had a great love of the beach. I like saying to people, I'm a swimmer. It doesn't matter that I'm not a great swimmer, but I am a regular swimmer, and I have that mantra, I swim every day. I always thought of myself as Kerry, a mum. I always think of Michael as my son, a person, but obviously once the addiction and mental health issues or his mental illness really kicked in, it became a pretty dominating feature in my life as well, and our family. You know, I have a partner, Rob, and we've been together over 20 years, and he's the stepdad, and you know that can be kind of not a very pleasant experience when somebody that's perhaps not your child or not your teenager or adult. So I think it's been really challenging for him. What would I like to say to people in the community who perhaps don't have an appreciation of forensic mental health issues? It could happen to you. It could happen to your family member. That changes everything. But I'm surprised how many people say, oh yeah, actually now that you tell me about this, I have a sister with bipolar, or, you know, my mum is an alcoholic, and I've been caring for her since I was 14, you know, things like that, people that I've met. So pretty universal. I mean, the numbers, I don't know what they are at the moment, but 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 people experience mental illness throughout their life. Maybe not at this pointy end, but yeah, I think it's not as uncommon as what you think. Without the system, probably Michael wouldn't be with us today. So you might have noticed around my house there's quite a lot of artwork, and it's Michael's. It's really interesting to see how his artwork has changed. He's always been really creative, and I think others in our family have been creative. But I love to see him involved in something, and I kind of think the art is also an outlet. Maybe, I hope, maybe a bit of relief for him, you know, because that's what I find when I do things, and I've had a go at mosaics, I've had a go at weaving, creative projects. I like demanding things that take my mind off, you know, some of these worries that we've had. In this area, we have a little group, sometimes they feature in the paper, usually once a year. They're called the Mermaids, and they're a group that meet 7:30 down by the beach every morning. I think the common thing there though is they're there for each other. I love how they support and celebrate each other's lives. Pretty much all my life there's been a dog in our household, either when I was a kid or whatever. And we've got 2 Kelpies at the moment. And when we got Pip, Pip was a rescue dog, 8 weeks old, a Kelpie, a really demanding dog. But in terms of pet rescue, I think Pip rescued me, because you can't go to the park with an active Kelpie and try and keep that dog entertained and be thinking about anything else. I love seeing how dogs live in the moment. Dogs don't worry about what's going to happen next week, or what if, or what happened last week. Like, dogs are great teachers of living in the moment, of mindfulness, active mindfulness. They appreciate their natural environment, and they react to their natural environment. You can learn a lot from dogs, having dogs. You learn a lot about yourself, about helping them to, you know, satisfy their needs and being reliable and consistent. So yeah, our dogs have taught me a lot. So I'm hoping that by sharing this experience and some of the things that have helped me might help other people too, or they might feel a bit comforted that, yep, somebody else has been through this, because I know that helps me when somebody describes their experience and they're a real person, a real family. It helps. As a community, we're only as good as how we treat perhaps the most disadvantaged people in our community, what we do for them, and what we do when nobody's looking, or what we do in environments that perhaps aren't so public. You know, with swimming, I hope I'm swimming for a long time. I have a plan. I have a plan that when I can't swim confidently in the sea, I'll put on my fins, and that'll help. And when I can't do that, I'm going to swim in the pool. And when I'm ready for aged care, they can put me in a hot bath. I have a plan. I want to keep adapting, and I'm in there for the long haul.